Good morning, children. Today I am going to show you a silent video full of suspense and questions. So let's watch this video. Yes, children, I hope you enjoyed the video. So what did you notice in this video? Did you notice the different situations in which different actions took place? Did you notice the time when those actions took place? Yes, students, today we are going to talk about tenses, and in this part of video I will be focusing more on present perfect tense. But before that, let's have a quick recap of what is a tense and its two types: simple present tense and present continuous tense. Basically, tense means time, that is, at what time an action has taken place. Clear? And it indicates whether the action is complete or is going on, or it has been completed in the recent past. So this is what exactly the tense is. Now there are different types of present tense. That is simple present tense, present continuous tense, present perfect tense, and present perfect continuous tense. And in this part of the video, I will be focusing more on present perfect tense. Clear? But before that, let me tell you in brief what exactly simple present tense and present continuous tense is. So, first of all, what is a present tense? So students, present tense is used to describe an action that is taking place at the moment of speaking, like while I am speaking, and it does not have any connection with the past or future. It basically describes the events that are happening at that very moment. For example, Rahul speaks English fluently. I am going to the market. They are excited to attend the play. So these are basically three examples, and one more example: the old lady has been living alone in her house for 10 years. So these are the examples of present tense. Fine. Now let's talk about simple present tense, that is present indefinite tense. So students, present indefinite tense basically denotes an habitual action or a true action. It indicates an action which happens always, regularly, every day, daily, normally, generally, occasionally, sometimes. So students, basically these words which I am highlighting, these words indicate simple present tense. So you should take care of these words. Whenever such type of words are mentioned in a sentence, it means you have to use simple present tense. So now what is the structure? So first of all, subject will come, and with that subject you will be using the first form of the verb along with S or ES. And as you all know, S or ES, it's conditional. Yes, with he, she, it. And with the third person singular subject, you will be using S or ES. Fine. So be careful about this. Then how to make the simple present tense negative? You just have to add not in the sentence. Then the simple present tense become negative. Yes, and whenever you want to ask a question in simple present tense, then you have to use do or does plus subject plus root form of the verb, that is V1. Clear? Now these are the basic uses of simple present tense. That is, it is used to express habits, universal truth, repeated actions or fixed events. Then it is used to express the fixed arrangements, present or future. It gives instructions or directions, and it is used with the future constructions, like he will meet you before he leaves. So it's a future construction. So in such type of sentences also you normally use simple present tense.
Now comes the present progressive, that is the continuous tense. So students, this tense is used to indicate the ongoing time, means which is going on now in the present. So to indicate such type of time, we use present continuous tense. And now with this tense, we use such type of words like now, continually, perpetually, at this moment, at the moment, right now, this season, this year, forever. So such type of words are being used with present continuous tense. So students, whenever you attempt any exam, you are not given that you have to use this particular type of tense in the sentence. That you need to find out on your own. So students, such type of words just give a clue to you people that what type of tense you have to use in this sentence. Clear? So you need to keep in mind all these type of words. Now this is the structure: subject plus ismr plus verb plus ing. Like, I am going to the college field, he is coming here for some tips, they are making a basketball ground, why are you working in that horrible place, 4 teams are playing at this moment. So these are some examples related to present continuous tense. Clear? Now students, here different forms are given to you, that how you what rule is there for different forms, for the positive form, for negative form, for question form, and for the negative question form. So you have to just need to be careful about these rules. Clear? And one table is also given to you here, so you can just have a look to this table, and you will be able to know how to use this tense in different type of sentences. Clear? Like for positive, if positive statement is given to you, then you use subject, then to be form of the verb, that is ismr plus verb plus ing. Then in negative form, you just have to add not here. Then in question form, to be form of the verbs come at first place. Then comes the subject and then verb plus ing. Then in negative question form, to be form of the verb plus not plus subject plus verb plus ing. Fine. Now comes the use of present continuous tense. So where do we use this tense? First, to describe an action that is happening at the moment of speaking. Clear? Like children are playing in the field. Then to describe the future plans or arrangements. For example, where are you going next month? Then to describe an action that is going on during the time of speaking. For example, are you still playing for the same team? So these are the basic uses of present continuous tense. So students, for more detail, like what are the uses of present continuous tense or simple present tense, and what exactly simple present tense and present continuous tense is, you can watch the videos which I have uploaded separately for these tenses. Clear? In that I have explained these tenses in detail. So you can watch that videos also for the to know these tenses in a better way. Clear? Now let's start with our main point, that is the present perfect tense. Fine. So students, present perfect tense is used when one intends to indicate an action that occurred at a time which is indefinite and has its effect on the subject. See, whenever I am saying perfect, perfect means complete. Clear? So this tense, it indicates an action that occurred at a time which is indefinite. Clear? And that action still has the effect on the subject, the one who was performing the action. Clear? And it is also used to indicate an action that occurred many times and has the possibility to occur in the present future. Means in future also it can occur. Also, this tense is used to indicate an action that began in the past and still going on in the present. So this is what exactly present perfect tense is. Fine. Now, what is the structure? How do we form the present perfect tense? So students, for this, first of all, subject will come at first place. Then comes the auxiliary verb, that is have and even has also. Fine. You can write has also here. You can just add here has. So auxiliary verb means like has, have. So in present perfect tense you use auxiliary verb, and which is that? Has and have. Clear? Then comes the main verb. And students, main verb is past participle. See, whenever I am saying past participle, so past participle means the third form of the verb. Fine? So students, this is the basic structure to form present perfect tense. That is subject plus has-have plus past participle form of the verb. Past participle means verb's third form. Now what about negative sentences and question type of sentences? So students, for negative sentences you just have to insert not, and for question type of sentences you need to exchange the places of subject and auxiliary verb. Just see in this table. See, if positive sentence is given to you, then first of all subject will come, that is I is the subject. Yes. Then auxiliary verb have, main verb seen. Then et is the. Now this is the complete sentence. I have seen et. So students, here first of all subject, then auxiliary verb, then main verb, and then the object. Clear? For negative sentences like she has not. See, after auxiliary verb, this is the auxiliary verb na? So after auxiliary verb, you have inserted not here. Fine? Then main verb, been, and then comes the object. So this is how you form sentence, a negative sentence in case of present perfect tense. Clear? Then comes the interrogative type of statements. Then here first of all auxiliary verb will be. Now the places of auxiliary verb and subject will be interchanged. Clear? Have you finished? Have they done it? Fine. So these were some examples for present perfect tense for different type of sentences. Fine. Now students, here comes the contraction with the present perfect tense. Means if a verb is given to you, how do we contract that? Like I have given I have. So you can write I have like this. Fine. You have, he has, she has, it has, John has, the car has, we have, they have. So these are the contraction with present perfect tense. Clear? So you need to know about these contractions also. Now here are some examples like you have told me that before. So see, contraction is being used here. Fine. And in negative sentences, students, we may contract the auxiliary verb and not. Like you haven't. See, auxiliary verb was have and not was given to you, so we have made haven't. Fine. See, have plus not becomes haven't. Fine. She hasn't heard from him. So these are the contraction in present perfect tense. Now again some examples are given to you. Alex has read the book through. I have read this poem many times. He has lived in this apartment for 15 years. So these are some examples. Now this is the important point, students. Just, already, yet, just, now, ever, lately, recently. These are some of the signs for present perfect tense. So be careful about this. Then students, already comes between has and have, and the past participle yet appears with a negative form at the end. See, let us understand this point with the help of an example. Alex has already reached there. See, the word already, it comes between auxiliary verb and the main verb. Clear? Auxiliary verb and the main verb. So already if a word already is given to you, it will always come between an auxiliary verb and the main verb. And if, like here, I have already cleaned the house. And if a negative sentence is given to you, then also auxiliary verb, then not, then the main verb. Clear? And if a yet, the word yet is given to you, then yet will come at the end of the sentence. This is how you will form the present perfect tense in case of negative sentences with the word yet. Fine? So be careful about this also. Now the main part is, how do we use present perfect tense? Clear? Because most of you get confused between which type of tense is to be used in a particular type of sentence. Yes? So now we will get to know how do we use present perfect tense. Means, what is the usage of present perfect tense? What are the situations or what are the type of sentences where we use present perfect tense? So before that, let's read this picture and just note down the usage of verbs. Clear? Now listen to me very carefully, and while I am reading, you have to note down the usage of the verbs and what type of verbs are being used here. Essentially, it has snowed in Maria's town. Maria has always loved the snow. Maria's dog, Sparky, has never played in the snow. This is Sparky's first time in the snow. Maria has just got a new sled for Christmas. She has just pulled the sled up the hill. Sparky has followed Maria up the hill. Maria has finally reached the top. Now she sits on her sled and rides down the hill. Sparky runs beside the sled. So I hope you listened to me carefully and you just came to know the situations where we use present perfect tense. Clear? Now let's discuss this part in detail. So students, we use present perfect to talk about experience, change and continuing situation. Fine. Now let's first of all talk about experience. See, now our experience is from the past. Yes. So here students, we are not interested in when you did something. Clear? But we are interested to know if you did it or not. Clear? Listen to me carefully what I am talking. We are not interested in when you did something, but we are interested in the part that if you did that thing or not. Clear? Okay, let's understand with the help of an example. I have seen an alien Bangkok. Have you been there? We have never eaten caviar. See students, here the action was in the past, here, but that action or the memory of that action is still in my mind. Fine? Fine students? See, the action was done in the past, but the memory of that action is still in my mind. So in such type of cases, we use present perfect tense. Like, I have seen an alien means I have seen the alien in the past, but the memory of that action means the memory of that thing is still in my mind in the present. So this is what present perfect tense is. It is used to talk about your experience. Fine? So whenever you will be talking about your experience, what type of tense you will use? Present perfect tense. Then next is, we use present perfect tense to talk about a change or new information. Like, I have bought a car. See, earlier you were not having the car, but now you are having a car with you. Yes? So this is a change. Earlier you were not having, but now you are having, means now in the present you are having a car. So students, for this type of things, we will be using present perfect tense. One more example, John has broken his leg. So, yesterday John was having a good leg. Yes, but now he has a bad leg. And now it's a present. So, this is the change in John's life. Has the price gone up? So, earlier the price was something else, but now the price has been increased. So, this is also a change. Police have arrested the killer. Means yesterday the killer was free, but now he is in the prison. So this is also a change. So just whenever you want to talk about the changes, you use present perfect tense. Clear? Then when you want to talk about the continuing situations, means it probably started in the past and it continues in the present, and most probably it will continue in the future also. So in such type of situations you will be using present perfect tense, and we use for and since to describe such type of structure. I have worked here since June. Here means I was working in June also, and now still I am working here, and probably I will be working in future also at the same place. So this is the continuing situation. Fine, see, it started from past, it is in the present, and it may continue in future also. You can just see these lines, these grey lines, then it will be clear to you. He has been ill for 2 days. How long have you known Tara? Fine. So this is one more situation when we use present perfect tense. Now for and since with the present perfect tense. See, when we use for, we basically use for to talk about a period of time, like 5 minutes, 2 weeks, 6 years, means it's a period of time. But when a particular time is given to you, means the exact time, a point of time is given to you, then you use since. Clear? For a period of time you use for, and for a point of time you use since. Clear? Like if I am saying 20 minutes, then we use for, and if I am saying 6:15 p.m., now a point of time is being used. So here you will be using since. So this is the basic difference between for and since. Clear? This is how we use for and since in present perfect tense. Now, look at some examples for this for and since. Like, I have been here for 20 minutes. I have been here since 9 o'clock. John hasn't called for 6 months. John hasn't called since February. See the difference? Here 6 months is given to you, and here exact point of time is given to you, February. He has worked in New York for a long time. He has worked in New York since he left the school. So now I hope the difference between for and since is clear to you. Let's continue. Now let's have a quick recap of what we studied till now. See, present perfect tense, where we use present perfect tense to describe the action that started in the past and continues in the present also. Clear? Then it is used for an action performed during a period that has not yet finished. Like, she has visited the market twice this week. Clear? So here we are talking about a period that is not finished, that is not yet finished. Means in this week only she has visited the market twice, and she may visit the market again also. Yes, so means the period is not finished yet. Then a repeated action done several times in the past and continues in the present too. So if you have done some action in the past several times and you are doing that action now also, so to indicate such type of actions we use present perfect tense. Then an action that has been completed in the recent past. So for that, to indicate the recent past, we use the word just. Here, so just remember these things. Then this tense is also used to express an action that has been completed recently, means why that is recent past, that is just. Fine. This word just, it is used with this present perfect tense to suggest that the action was completed only a little while ago. Fine. Then it is used to indicate the actions which were completed in the past but whose effect can be felt at the time of speaking also. Like, I have taken my breakfast. Means I have done my breakfast in the past, but now I am not hungry. Yes, so its effect is now also, now in the present. So that is why we are using here present perfect tense. I have seen this movie. Now in addition to just, we use these words also: already, ever, never, yet, often, lately. Expressions, we use expressions like this morning, this week, this afternoon. So this is present perfect tense. Now I hope you all understood what exactly present perfect tense is and where do we use this present perfect tense. So now children, just try this worksheet in your English practice notebook. This is the first worksheet and this is the second worksheet. Just try these two worksheets in your English practice notebook and apply the rules carefully in this worksheet.